Hello, everyone. I just realized how weird the echo is in this room, but we are just gonna go with it. It's Wednesday, so I thought that maybe it would be fun if I did a live stream from my new gym. And when I say my new gym, I mean a corner of my garage, which has, a mat and a rolly thing. And my phone is set up on, don't whine, we're doing a live stream. That's my dog, not my child. And then free weights and stuff. So good morning, everybody. I hope that y'all got your movement in today already, 30 minutes. Do what you can with what you got wherever you're at. I wanted to talk about something specific today, though. I wanted to have a conversation and hopefully maybe give you something to chew on this morning. I am coming to the end of my Start Today journal. If you guys are in my community, maybe you have your own Start Today journal. In fact, will you raise a hand? Will you give me a hand or a thumbs up or a heart if you have a Start Today journal or if you do the practice in a notebook? If you're unfamiliar, it's a gratitude practice and then a goal setting daily. And I'm coming to the end of a journal, which is always exciting. If you've ever finished a Start Today journal, it just sort of feels like so cool, at least to me. So this morning I was filling it out and I was just reminded of this idea that every single day we make a decision about who we want to be. Every single day. And not making a decision is a decision in and of itself. Every single day, you either set the intention for who you're going to be today, or you set yourself up for who you want to be tomorrow, or you don't make any decision at all and you sort of let life live you. Have you ever been in a scenario, have you ever been in a season, or maybe you're in one now, where you don't feel like you're in control of life? You feel like life is living you, not the other way around. I've certainly been in those situations, and based on what's happening in your life or where you are with yourself, your career, your education, your children, your family, whatever, there are times when it feels like we can't get ahead. There are times when it feels like we don't know what to do from one day to the next. And if you are in a season like that, or you have been in one, or maybe you know someone who's in it, lots of you saying hey, you feel like that right now for all your life. Sweet Diana. I think, I love this just because you said it, so I want to talk to this. So someone just said, God is in control, not us. I disagree. God is in control. But God gave us the ability to own our lives. If you want to get faithful in this, then my favorite scripture says, well done, good and faithful servant. I'm a preacher's daughter and a preacher's granddaughter, so I can do this with you. The scripture says, well done, good and faithful servant. It doesn't say, well stayed, well rested. It says, well done. Done is an act. Done is something that you must choose to do. Done is you doing something. So I do believe that our Creator is in control, but I also think that the plan of our Creator was not for us to sit around and wait for things to happen for us. You have to take ownership of your life. You can't sort of say the kids are running around crazy and the house is a mess and my business is falling apart, but God has a plan. Yeah, God's plan was the skills and the talents and the potential that God gave you to move through your life. So it's a very dangerous thing. I have absolute faith in God and His plan for my life, for my family's life, for the work that I do. But none of that plan comes to fruition if I don't take the skills and talents that my Creator gave me and do something with them. So just so we are, thank you, Andy just said, faith without works is dead. Absolutely. So anyway, getting off that for a minute, I just want to go back to this idea of ownership. Of taking ownership of your life and how we do that. If you've ever been with me at conference, which has anyone here ever been at conference? How much I would literally pay you to come and do a conference with me right now? Like, how fun would it be to be at a conference, to be together in a room, to be able to hug someone, to not wear a mask, to dance to a song? Like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait until we're able to be together again, live and in person. But anyway, if you've come to Rise Conference before, either women's conference or business conference, then you know that we always have the 3 days line up in the same way. So day 1 is own your past, day 2 is own your present, day 3 is own your future. And the word ownership is something that I love because I think, especially as women, so often we are raised to let other people sort of figure it out, right? So like, our job, we're raised like, oh, we want to be smart, we want to be kind, we want to be pretty, we want to make mama and daddy happy, we want to get good grades, we want to have friends, we want to be popular. We're sort of taught to pursue all of these different things. Maybe not you, maybe you had different parents, but I definitely wasn't raised to believe that I should take ownership of my life and my circumstances. And I think that's how we get into this cycle of feeling like life is sort of ruling us and we have no control. You are in control every single day. Even, hold on. Sorry, Whit's here and she's like, we already did a workout. Why are we still in this gym? She wants to go on her walk. We're going in a minute. But so often I feel like we get into this cycle of feeling out of control because we never knew, nobody ever taught us what it felt like to be in control. So if that's you, hold on, I'm trying to see comments. If that's you, one of the things I want to speak to today is little tiny moments, little decisions that you can take ownership of in a day that make you feel in control of that moment, that make you feel like you can stack one habit on top of another. And I know, man, if y'all have been with me for a long time, you are like, Rachel, stop talking about habits and routines, because I am a broken record. But I am only a broken record because I know the power of small decisions inside of a day that make you feel more powerful, that make you feel like a better mama. So here's an example. And I can think of a million little things that I can do in the course of a day, or you can do in the course of a day, that will make you feel better. But the kids were coming over last night, so Dave and I split up the week. So the kids are coming over and I have them for the rest of the week. And I did a really simple thing that I've never done before. I planned out the menu and I made a cute, like nothing fancy. I'm not much of an artist, but I just like took a piece of construction paper and I drew it out and made it cute. And I wrote what was for dinner every single night that they were here, and then the activity that we were going to do after dinner. Now, we would have still done those things, right? Like I would have still had, I would have still laid out the chicken drumsticks to bake for dinner tonight, and we would have still played Candyland or whatever. But there was something about taking control of that situation, putting it on the board. I taped it up with washi tape, and when the kids came, it made like what would be a regular week feel a bit more special, right? Because they can see the plan, they feel more, my gut would say they feel more secure in what's happening, because life is different for our family than it was 3 months ago. And so they know exactly what's going to happen this week. And also they have things to look forward to. So they know that we're going to watch a movie on Thursday night as a family. And they know that we're going to have a special dessert on Friday night. So they sort of know the plan for the week. That is the simplest thing. It took me 11 minutes to come up with my grocery list, to figure out my dinners, and to post it for them. But I was taking ownership of that moment. I was taking ownership of my kids feeling rested, right? And feeling secure in what the week holds for them. Now, that is one little decision. Here's the next part of this. On Thursday night, when I don't want to make that dinner that I put on that menu and tape to the refrigerator, there's a little part in my head that would say, who cares? Let's have sandwiches or whatever tonight. Which, girl, we have sandwiches all the time. It's not about simple dinners. It's about a promise that I made to myself about what it is for me to be a good mom. So let me back up one more step. when we split up, and I was feeling very overwhelmed, and I think like most parents, your biggest concern is what this will mean for your children. I journaled, which is one of my favorite ways to kind of figure out what's going on in my head. What kind of mama do I want to be? Like, what is my ideal best version of being a mom for me right now? What does that look like? And I wrote down all these things, and I was very specific. It matters that you are super detailed when you're figuring out the best version of yourself. And one of the things that really mattered for me was family dinners. It's a special thing I do with my kids. I cook, they help me cook. We have a lot of beautiful family history for me wrapped up in making meals together. And so this was an important thing for me. So I identified what it is that I wanted for my life. I took ownership of what the best version of me as a mom looks like, right? Then I did a very simple thing this week in sort of claiming that, making a promise to myself and making a promise to my children by writing it down. This is what our week's gonna look like. And then on Thursday, when maybe I don't really want to do the thing that I said I was gonna do, I have the choice of taking ownership again, of making a small, you know what, Rach? So you said you were gonna do this, the kids have seen it, this is the commitment that you made. Even if you don't have children, we do this all the time, right? We're like, oh, I'm gonna get in my 30 minutes of movement, or I'm gonna drink my water, or I'm not gonna eat foods that make me feel like garbage. Like we have these commitments to ourselves, and then when the time comes, we find ourselves outside of the spirit that we made that decision in. And so you get a choice. You can take ownership of this moment again and step into who you want to be, or you cannot. And look, the world doesn't explode if for some reason you can't keep that commitment, but you do lose traction. Every single time that you break a promise to yourself, you lose traction. You lose momentum. And when you are trying to feel like, especially in the environment that we live inside of and the world that we live inside of, when you are wanting to take ownership of your life and your world, it's not about one big, bold decision. We can all make big, bold decisions. How many of us on, New Year's Day have been like, oh, this is the year, Body Beautiful 2016. Like, this is the year that I write the book. This is the year that I go back to school. This is the year, right? We've all been there. It's very easy to make a bold decision on a big life event. But it's much harder to keep making that decision when you are outside of the spirit that you first made it in. So it's about small micro choices, small moments where you go, man, it's something simple, but I said I was gonna drink the water, and dang it, I'm gonna drink my water today. I said that I was gonna do this thing. I said I was gonna move my body, and it's 8 o'clock at night and I'm feeling pretty tired, but you know what? I made a promise to myself and I'm not gonna break this promise. It's about setting the intention for where you wanna go. So for me, that looks like journaling. What's the ideal version of this? And then it's about making small decisions that help me get there, that help me keep the promise to myself. And I also think it's about the daily reminder. So for me, I do this in my Start Today journal. You can do it wherever. You can do it in a notebook. You can write it down on a Post-it. You could do it in your phone. But every single day, I rewrite down what are my goals for myself. And every single day, for years, I have written down, I am extremely close to my children. I am extremely close to my children. And for me, being extremely close means creating opportunity for us to connect in a way that does not involve technology. That looks like dinner, that looks like staying up, hanging out with the boys and like talking to them last night as I was putting them to bed. That looks like playing games. We play a lot of board games around here. So what it looks like for you to be an awesome person, to be an awesome partner, to be an awesome parent, sister, friend, daughter, employee, CEO, entrepreneur, whatever it is that you want to do, it's going to be different for all of us. But if you don't define it, if you don't remind yourself daily, and if you don't continue to make decisions that help get you closer to that goal and help you keep traction, Noah's going to come out here and join me in the gym, then you will lose traction. It is so much easier to keep momentum, right? Like an object in motion stays in motion. It is so much easier for you to keep that momentum if you stay in it. Better to keep moving like as slow as possible, barely trying, so long as you're still moving. Oh yes, llama pajamas. Will you come and show these people your outfit? Wait, come here, come here. She's fine. Come here. She's gonna hang out with brother. Come on, they gotta see these llamas. Oh, wait. Here, down. Sorry guys, the world's getting crazy. Down. Oh, down. You can't lick Noah. Get down. Get down. Down. Good girl. Okay, wait. Noah, come show them your llamas. Oh yes. Also, I'm perfect. And your shoes. Yes. Love it. Live it. You look fantastic. All right, guys. The queen is up. Sawyer was watching her in case she woke up while I was out here. So I got to go be a mom now. But I just want to give you that word today. I just wanted to remind you, it's not about a big decision. It's not about taking ownership of everything at once, because that often makes us feel overwhelmed. It's about small decisions, small habits that add up to something great. All right, I love you. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Remember, get your movement in, drink your water, check it off in the app, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.